Hi, welcome. So today, as you might notice, I have a different background. In the last time I did the YouTube and LinkedIn videos, I got some really interesting feedback on the wallpaper background. I mean, you can go and read the comments on my last videos. So I thought, you know what, why not change things up and see what sort of reaction I get this time. And again, if things do stay positive, maybe when we come to redecorate, maybe I can use my audience to kind of, help me with or support my color choices, because it seems to me that every single time she wins, so maybe I'll get some support this time around. I don't know, it's just a mad thought I was thinking about last night. Anyway, let's continue with the video for today, and today I'm going to talk about digital transformation. So lately it seems that wherever I turn to, right, whether that's LinkedIn, YouTube, all these social media platforms, blogs, articles, websites, everything has got hashtag digital transformation attached to it. And there's so much noise going on. Sometimes, you don't know what's happening. There's so much happening around with this. At times, a problem is that it seems like digital transformation is this train which is about to leave the station. And if you don't jump on this train, you will miss your last ride to this digital nirvana and you'll forever get left behind. The issue is that if we react, and sometimes we do react in this mad rush, right? Because we have to be seen to doing something. We end up spending time and resources and money on some products and some services which promise us the world, which will perhaps revolutionize our customer experience, will do this, that, everything. But in the end, we don't really get what was promised to us, and then we have this we're left with all this money spent and this promise which kind of doesn't live up to what we were told before. So today I'm going to address that issue. I'm going to give you some tips, and I'll give you some questions to ask which will help you make sense of this digital transformation, which will help you bring some control around to your digital transformation in your organization or in your customer's organization. So stay with me and we'll talk through those few tips and questions. Hi, I'm Dishan Kazmi, and I help CIOs help transform their IT operations so they get the most business value out of them. Today, in this video, I'm going to give you some questions which you need to ask yourself. And I guarantee that by asking these questions, you will get a very clear idea of what sort of digital transformation journey you want to undertake or you need to undertake, number one. And number two, how to perhaps go on this digital transformation journey to transform your customer experience or do whatever else you are trying to do with that. So stay with me and let's get started with those questions. The first question to ask is, what is our digital strategy? Remember, everything starts from your business objectives, where technology is an enabler to achieve those end goals, which will either help you increase the revenue or get more customers, etc. So you need to understand what is your digital transformation strategy, what is your business objective that you're trying to achieve. And if you're not sure, ask some of these questions. For instance, are you trying to create some innovative new products? Are you looking to, look at better ways of how we make decisions within the organization? Or are we looking to revolutionize customer experience in some manner? Or are we looking to improve the efficiency of our current processes? Hence, we need to look at stuff like automation and those things. Look at these questions and see how the answers align to your overall business strategy, and which will help you get some idea of what your digital strategy needs to be. So that's the first question. The second question is to understand, what does your organization look like at the moment, which is basically another way of saying what processes, tools and technologies do we use currently, and how do we use them currently to do the work we do, which will basically get you an idea of how things look at the moment, which will help you understand a benchmark of where you're starting from. Third question is to think about the future. So Problem we have that we're planning a future which basically doesn't really exist, and that's one of the challenges. So you need to start thinking in broad terms what the future could look like. What are you actually gunning for? I understand you won't have a definitive idea of what the digital future, after transformation will look like, but you need to start imagining. And the reason is it will help you get an idea that what things I need to change based upon the current landscape. And hence you'll get to understand the processes, the tools and technologies which will have to go through transformation, because in that ideal future which you imagine, where everything is just working the way you want to, it will help create a sort of a gap analysis of where you are and where you want to go. So that's the third question, which is to imagine what the future looks like. So you have a target, a definitive target, or somewhat definitive target, I should say, in the mind where you're gunning for. The fourth question is, what is the current use of digital technologies within your organization, which is basically, mobile, cloud, other technologies that are within the digital realm. How are those technologies being used, and what are those technologies that we use currently? Basically, you want to try and understand what are your teams doing and how they're doing it at the moment, because one of the things that digital transformation does is it basically transforms at times the way people work. So which brings about an element that you will need to bring those people along the journey, so the new technologies have a much better adoption within your organization. It becomes really key because when you're looking for a whole change program, people become a big element of that, because you want those people to adapt to new ways of working. So by doing a test or analysis of how that work gets done now, it gives you an idea of how big a challenge you are facing with regards to transforming the way people are working, and how big or what sort of challenges you may come across when people are going to be adapting to new technologies or new ways of working. The last question is, who will be overseeing this digital transformation journey? Will it be somebody internal? Will it be somebody external? Will it be a dedicated person? Will somebody be moved from their old role to a new one to oversee this work? One thing you want to keep in mind is that the bigger the transformation, the bigger the jump, the more hurdles you will face. And hence, you want to have a person of a relative seniority who can easily overcome these hurdles, and hence can transform or change the organization and the various teams and help convince them to adapt the new ways of working, so this transformation journey ends up in a success. So these were the 5 key questions. I mean, there are other questions which you can start thinking about, but these 5 key questions are ones which you really need to start think about and have some clear-cut ideas before you do anything along the lines of practically implementing something. Now, you'll notice that I didn't really talk a lot about tools and technologies, simply because tools and technologies, that choice comes afterwards once you understand what is the end goal you're actually gunning for. Remember, technology is not the thing which gives you the cutting edge. It is basically an enabler to give the business the competing edge. So use it as such. Again, I hope you liked some of these thoughts which I shared about digital transformation. Maybe, I don't know if people want, I can think about doing a video where we talk about actually implementing some of this digital technology stuff, and what steps to undertake or what things to think about when you're actually doing the implementation of any digital transformation. And again, if there's anything I can help you with or answer any questions on your IT operational needs, any challenges around there, please do get in touch. You'll see my contact details coming up, and do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be back with some more content soon. And in the meanwhile, have a nice day. Thank you.